I'm trying to run a lengthy session today, but as usual, sometimes I don't really know what to discuss. I think we're just going to go through a review. We're just going to review our trades accordingly, and then we'll take it from there. Really, I don't know. I said I was gonna. I said I was going to. What's it called? Record my trades and bring my journal here. Again, I didn't, but I remember some of the trades we took last week. So I'm gonna share them now. Share my screen so we can all see, and then we can. Okay. Let me just brighten this so I can share my screen. So good evening, everybody.
Good evening,
okay. Hi.
Good evening.
Good evening, Samuel. Naomi, I did ask that question. You didn't answer me. Do you actually make any loss?
Yeah, I did. I answered you now.
Hey, that wasn't a loss. That was a drawdown. and then it came back. I saw it and I was thinking, oh, I'm so disappointed in myself. I should have been patient. So are you out of it yet? Or are you still in?
Sorry?
Are you out of that trade or you're still in?
Yes, I am. I am out.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're out already. Okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Right. So
but it was in profit though.
Yeah, I thought as much. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it came back. But I mean, so let's just quickly look at some of those trades that we took. I'm gonna make this on a 4-hourly and look at it over a year or even longer. And what we can see here is this is GBP CHF. Of course, we're looking at different trades, including forex. And so this one here went to the lowest 2020. So we can tell this is a COVID low. This is when COVID was announced and everybody thought the world was going flat, or sorry, the world was going to end, and everything tanked. Literally everything, stock, commodities, forex, they all went down. And when they went down, I think this is the lowest that GBP's ever been, GBP Swiss francs. And if you actually look further, even 5 years, even up to when, what day is this here? Yeah, okay, 2017. But I'm sure if you look further, even up to when Brexit was announced, never been that low. This is 2020, can I see all time? Maybe 2011. There you go. So you can see. So this is when COVID was announced, and this around here was Brexit. So I was thinking 2016. Oh, look now, 2016. There you go. So the right here is Brexit. Let me just. Right here is Brexit. Right here is COVID, and of course this is where we are right now. You can call it Russia/inflation. So I was expecting what's come to what. If it came here, it didn't exactly close. It closed above it. But you know what? It's just been trending down, and I was expecting a reversal, waiting for a reversal. It never came. So here it's still a good trade. It's just my lack of patience that took me out. Considering we only took this a few days ago, it wasn't that long. And I think I took it at this level as well. But one mistake is, people tend to buy low. People say buy low, sell high. And you're right, buy low, but don't buy when it's going low. Yes, you want to buy low, sell high, but not buy when it's going lower, because you don't know where it's going to stop. So you want to buy into strength, something like this, or sorry, buy into weakness, sell into strength. So this is the weakness. But once you start seeing a few confirmations, 1, 2, then you can buy here, and then you can sell into buy into the weakness, sell into strength. You don't want to wait because you don't know where the top is going to be. That's one thing. Number two is, remember I did say laws of motion. Where do you stop? It stops until something stops it. And you can see, look at that resistance right there. It kind of peaked around similar length. So you can see right there, it peaked there, and it did eventually, it's a hard resistance, that's what they call it. And it did reverse again. So we're not just, we're not just talking anything, because we're talking what we can see. When they're reversed and just couldn't go further, it hits a back, it hits a dead end. So that was a good one for Naomi there. I think also I was looking at US 30 today. US 30 was one oh, look at my level. My level was actually there. So I was able to get in around this point, and I think I did announce the group, even though it was only today. I sold it eventually already though. Yeah, so I was looking at this level, was coming back, and I said if it comes back and hits this level, we will buy it back. And so it was selling, of course. And if you want to go further back, I think I was looking at this sort of, no, I wasn't looking that far actually. I think I was only looking at this point right here. So I was only looking at this point right here. So normally, I mean, I think I made the notes in the group. I've been watching this thing from about 32, the low 32s, and look at it. And I saw it up to this point, and I'm thinking, I'm not here to be a looker. I'm here to be a buyer. It came in here, sold, and I was thinking, number one, if you can duplicate this level, I will buy. So it did duplicate it, came back down right here. Can you see? So this seems like a short or like a hard, I'll call it, yeah, for what it's worth anyway, it's a hard support. So at this point, I was able to take that trade, and I ran it up multiple times today actually. No, this 15th, sorry, yeah. I was looking at this point anyway. So again, I think this was the one I made in today. It was around this point. I saw it and then came back in and I ran it a few times. I scalped this anyway. So what I said to myself was that, you know what? I mean, long pay the bills. I should have just been in here for a long while and just waited, because mostly when you look at this one here, this is a waiting trade, to be honest. It's not a, this is a waiting trade. It's not a scalping trade for US 30. And I did talk about the strategy as well. I don't know who did not understand that strategy. It's quite simple. Let me explain it again anyway. I remember asking a friend of mine, I was saying, how do you trade, US 30? Do you have any secret strategy? And he was like, no, just look at the standard Dow. I said, oh, okay, same thing I do then, because you want to ask people strategy and implement it with yours. And this is it here. This is Dow 30 or US 30, as we call it fondly. This is US 30. It's got 30, of course, largest components in the Dow. Okay, and if you look at it right now, majorly, when you get most of them being green or red, then you trade accordingly that way. But one thing is, this thing is not foolproof. I saw something there that just says, if you see UNCH, that means unchanged. Okay, you can find this anywhere. It doesn't have to be this website or anything. And what did I find? In this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is in favor of the shorts. But if you think about it, Apple alone, Apple alone, in terms of market cap, is is about 20%. The components of the Dow. So you got to think, there's 3, 4, 5 companies that collectively is just one company. So in this case, 1 is not equal to 1, if that makes sense. So you got to think, if they all go, against Apple, or if most of them are red, but Apple and a few others, it's going to be very difficult for you to find just Apple as green and everything else red. There's always going to be a few components. Find Apple here as green and a few others as green. Even though there are less greens there, I would rather trade in the direction of Apple. And then, of course, you got to look at the charts as well. And if you find most of them red, with Apple as red, of course, I'm expecting a down day. And this is actually it does actually work. Before I brought it to you guys, I've actually tested it a few times. And then, of course, you got to test it on the charts, just to be sure. And that's it. So, but you might think, or you might say, yeah, but this is red. So how come? So you might say, yeah, but this is red, but Apple is green. But one thing you got to understand is that, okay, let me leave this here. Okay, let me hold up. Okay, yeah. You might say, yeah, but this is red, Apple is green. Let me go back to mine. But what you notice is that they actually act similarly. You see that? Moves, and then it dips, and then it moves, and then it dips. And one thing I know, or I noticed also, this is quite a funny one actually. What we tend to say is that, you know, these stocks, they tend to follow the market, don't they? But it's the other way around. And likewise, NASDAQ as well. NASDAQ tends to follow Apple and not the other way around, instead of Apple following the NASDAQ. So that's one thing you've got to pay attention to here also. And that's about it really. I think also US 100, which is the NAS, I wasn't really trading this. But again, this year is just, this gets a little bit volatile as well. One thing you've got to also do is you've got to be patient with this this trade. You've got to be patient based on what, you know, if there's a key meeting, key announcement like FOMC today, you don't want to trade at all, just stay out. But most times, just listen to what your chart is telling you, pay attention to it, and just trade in that direction. And that's what I can see. So in this case of the FOMC, what did they say? They said rates is going to be what? It's going to be lower over time, but they didn't say when. They didn't say when. And I think I can't remember one of the guys, female in the committee. She said, you know, even interest rate may actually be cut down to 25 basis points. So the market's actually predicting, you know, an end at some point. But that's if they see inflation easing down. So inflation is not exactly, I think it kind of, they didn't say it's coming down, but they just said it's peaked. You know, it might stay level there for a while before it eventually comes down. But again, you just got to trade where you can see on the chart. And right now, if you ask me, you know, this might even if you're blind, you can see this actually trending up. Unfortunately, I was expecting a dip. I'm going to pretend like I'm not. But you know what? Your opinion doesn't matter. Got to trade where you can see, and that's what you can see here. All I can see is a higher high, really, you know, high. What do we see? You know, there's a high, there's a high, there's a high, there's a high, there's a high. So it dips, then forms another high. And one more thing. I think this thing is about, let's just see, how many points do we have? So let's do on a weekly. Back to the all-time high. I mean, it's still quite far from all-time high. But look, right from, I've been waiting for a dip from what? Since June. I've been waiting for a dip since June. And on a weekly basis, you know what? It's been closing green, way better than, you know, I wouldn't say I predicted. I didn't predict a dip or anything. Way better than what I thought. So I had to get rid of the news, get rid of everything I was listening to, and just focus on here, because that's literally what I can see. It's just trading higher and higher and higher on a weekly basis. You can see 1, 2, so equal here. The bears couldn't smash it. 1, 2, here they weren't sure what they were going to do, but the bulls were coming in. Bears are actually being taken out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look, I don't see any sign of the bears in. Always, of course. They just, you know, so even if we just bought the NAS and just held it, do nothing on our leverage account, you know, we probably would have been good. That's something, I wouldn't call it a regret, but that's something I thought today. And look where we are. So these things are not chance, as you can see it right here. You know, there's a little bit of a, you know, how do I call it here? Resistance here, I expect. So, but again, on a weekly, this thing's been strong and trying to reclaim its highs, coming back here. And in terms of where are we, if you look at where we are from the highs, how soon are we going to get there? We got about 20% more back to the highs. But, and also, since we have been printing, we've done, sorry, the market's done well. It's done over, yeah, over 20%, about 25% roughly. Since the lows, about 23, 24%, the lows. So effectively, we can call this a bullish market. Okay. And one more thing I said I was going to show, said I was going to talk about, wasn't talking about really. One thing I did, I took profit and then I went back in there. It's only down £20 now. But anyway, so, you know, so when I'm picking my stocks, look at this upstart here. I'm not a big fan of this stock, but really, do I care? No, nobody cares. All we can do is, you know, trade what we can see. And since this thing here, this is actually a really great one to buy. Why? If you think about the, look, this is a really good sign. If you don't know, always look right here. Can you see here? This right here is the, let me just get my marker. This right here is the IPO price. And what's the IPO price? It's about 30. I don't know, I think Upstart was about 25 when it started. I think I'm wrong. I think it was about 20. Yeah, it was about 25. So this is the secret right here. If he actually dips below it, yeah, it's a no-brainer. Of course, some IPOs are priced higher, but so this right here is a no-brainer. But however, you know what? What did the market do? Markets is actually giving you a reversal signal ages ago. It's tanked here, and what has it done? It's coming to test this level now. So you really are still buying at the price where they launched. So anything around here, still a buy. I'm not just talking about Upstarts in particular. I think most of these things are, you know, the mostly bottomed anyway. If you look at any growth stock, they're all right here. So if you're waiting for a dip, as I was waiting for a dip, and I'm just thinking the market's already been destroyed. What more is there to be destroyed, really? What more is there to be destroyed? So I just thought I wasn't scared of the market at all anymore. If you trade this on a longer time frame, let's make it 4 hours, for example. Yes, there's the odd here, but this is all I can get. So the test of the lows, you know, there's no more fear right now. It's just gradually going to ease its way up. Likewise, anything, literally, I'm just looking at some random growth stocks right now. Look, they've come from multi-year lows and moving. It's just a trade, by the way, guys. I'm not looking at what they do, whether they're making money, do not care. I'm just looking at whether we should be getting a technical bounce. And that's it. If you look at this particular, I think I told you guys that I only own stocks at some point. This is one of them. Look, this is the magic price. This is way, way, way below this point right now. Okay, this is my magic line. It's going right from below the launch. So what you want right here is the bonus around this point, which is why I know it's reaping and it's been tanking, but anything around here, me, is still very much bonus until it gets to this level. Okay, but that's just me. But again, of course, we're looking at this technically, so I'm not really looking at the, whether, you know, the operation, does it make sense? I'm just looking at the technical bounce. I've got my consolidation, and then there's a rip upside. And it's actually, I mean, I did buy this a while back higher. I came into profit yesterday because of today's market dip. It dipped a bit lower, but I'm only down by a small percentage. So I'm not really worried about this. So, and the thing I said I was doing was, if you pick a stock, you like the stock, try and pick it up at a, what's it called? And try, if you're very sure, certain of what you're doing, buy it on leverage, you know, and try and hold it a couple of days, 3-4 days, if you like, or if you want to day trade it, that's fine too. So that's what I did with this one here, or that's what I'm doing with this guy here. Like I said, I've taken profit and then I went back in, a bit down now, but what's £20? Nothing. And finally, speaking of commodities, the commodities we're trading, the derivatives, try and master one thing. Remember, I chase 2 cats, I catch none, but I chase one, I catch them all. Okay, so try and master one thing. It's one thing. A few of my friends I've been talking to, you know, I remember today I intentionally just asked this guy, I said, can you look at this natural gas for me? What do you see? Oh yeah, we looked at natural gas as well, didn't we? Let's just quickly look at that and then I'll come back to what I was trying to say. Natural gas, or NGAS. It was, let me look at it in Pepperstone. Okay, on capital.com. Oh, look at that. That was at 9.4. Remember, I said we watch it here. I don't know whoever caught it here. I was like, this is the 14-year high. Okay, and I'm not saying it's still not going to rip, but look, this is a good shot around this point. So he's usually the guy who's usually most patient and catches his things. Did you catch it? What did you, man?
No, I didn't. It's not one I've looked at too well, so I was sticking to my own rats.
You're a chick. That's
I
a
was
good one.
chasing,
Okay.
I was chasing my
So,
own
I
rats.
mean,
Yeah.
I got the alert that it's hit my $14 all-time high. So 9.47.5. That was the all-time high price, and it hits it perfectly. And I just wanted to short it because I know it was going to break down heavily downside. That does not mean natural gas is done. Okay, it was just telling me, you know, try and short it around this point. I was thinking I was going to take it at this point, but I don't know what I was doing then. I didn't, and then there you go. I missed out on some, you know, steady profit right there. And also the last one I'm gonna. I think anyone shot this actually? Nobody. I realize I talk to myself in the group all the time. Okay. The other one is the oil, crude oil. Crude oil here. I wanted to take a long because it was something I was looking at yesterday. You know, it kept going back to 91, and I wanted to take a long. I didn't. You know, I could have taken a long, run it to 93 as it is today, 93 point something. You know, but because I know oil is not done. I mean, UK inflation came out. It wasn't just about oil going up. Everything was going up. So I wanted to take this off, but I didn't. So that's something you need to pay attention to. The crude oil. But look, this is a multi low. Okay, it's just for your scalp, of course. If you want to trade it, I think overall, I think oil is coming down. You can see this is when, you know, Russia invaded. That's when we got the devil. And so then, you know, it's kind of threatening to go back up. But if you got the patience and the money, you know, you can hold. I'm very sure you can hold. And you know, what this low right here, 90. If at all, it's going to test the 90. And but you know, we're looking when things start getting better, things singing and dancing, nobody will talk about it in the news. So this is where it's going to go. So, you know, if you've got the money, you've got the patience, look at that. Look at that. Look at how long it's been telling you. Short. It's been printing since I don't even know how much percent you would have made from this trade. And let's actually look at it. So you would have made, you know, 25% on the leverage. I don't know, the 10x, that's 250% you would have made since the middle of last month, you know. So try and look at this thing sometimes. It's not, don't think you have to make the money every day. Scalping. It's not all about making the money every day. Just look at something, you know, if you have two accounts, you could have a long one that you could just leave out. Macro controls oil, anyway, we know that. It's not always good. There's always going to be war. But one's going to get prolonged, they're going to get tired, and the world's going to move on, and things are going to get regulated before another thing happens. So this one here would have been a really good short. We may see it right from the top. One more thing I'm looking at is the wheat. You know, look, I think I mentioned this. I want to look at it on NASDAQ. Let's see. Wisdom tree. Okay, let's look at it here. Look, this is the price of your bread, guys. It's been coming down. I think I mentioned this a while back as well. This has been coming down, and you can see it right here. So, you know, somehow, gotta be patient. If it gets here, you could go long on it again, you know. I don't know, I don't call it, or you just hear some random events happen again. And I'm gonna put it there actually. You're gonna hear some random events, and things are not by mistake. These are the things you need to watch out for when you've missed the all-time highs. Try and look at it if you can mean revert it, okay? Because you don't want to just keep missing out all these trades. This is a weekly one here. It will come down. We are at the peak of the inflation right now, because if you expect inflation to keep getting high, then you expect it to be right here and keep going up. But right now on a weekly, it's trending down. So your bread is eventually going to come down. Set the last right there. And that's it. But finally, on our Forex, master one thing. Look at one thing, master it, and try and just, you know, be the same thing over and over. For me, I think I'll take a liking to US 30 or your index or whatever, or your, yeah, I think I'll take a liking to this. This doesn't spend much time in the range. This spend more time trending. Could be upwards, could be downwards. And I seem to like this one here. So, but you got to find something. Don't trade everything. You know, find something that you understand fully. And honestly, you'll be shocked how great you will be. You know, things will be for you. So yeah, look at this. You know, this is something we, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say just copy, but look at that. And what date is that? Again, mid-July. This has been trending. And for an index, we could have made, you know, times 10%, it's about 62% or 70%, 72.5%. So something, you know, something I just thought I could mention really. Okay. Do we have questions? Do we have trades to review? Why are you laughing?
Good evening.
Hi.
Yeah, so I actually wanted someone to go first. I actually have a question, but my question is on Forex. So, you know, when you're new to crypto, for example, and you're telling someone to buy, let me say, BTC, USDT. So what you're telling them is buy Bitcoin with USDT, right? So you could also see BTC, BUSD or BTC, USD and stuff like that. So I understand that perfectly. But with this Forex, and I see USD, JPY, USD, CHF, stuff like that. I want to know, what are we doing? Because I tried to get some stuff online, but I'm not sure I really understood the way that it was explained. So are we buying JPY with USD, if we say USD JPY, or which one are we? Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. So I should explain the term basically. It's quite simple. So when you got USD JPY and you're putting your money down, so you're more or less speculating that this will go up against JPY, against Japanese yen. So you're saying the US dollars will go up against this. You're going long here, you're going short here. Do you get it?
Okay.
So if the dollar is strong, remember we tend to look at our dollar sometimes. Well, maybe all the time even. As you can see, the dollar is actually trending up against this chart. Yeah, because USD is leading. If it was JPY USD, you won't find it in many places, but that's fine. Can you see? The dollar is moving away. This is the dollar moving away from it. Can you see that?
Yeah.
This is the dollar moving away. So it's saying this should have been a short, so that your dollar would increase.
Okay.
So this is JPY USD now. We'll reverse the casting with, which means you're saying that this is going to go up against the USD, but that's USD going up, and this is going down. So you are losing money.
I'm losing money.
You see that?
Okay.
Look at the conference right here. And then this is where the part said, oh, it kind of looks like River Niger and River Benue, doesn't it? 90 degrees. Yeah, as you can see.
Okay.
That makes sense. So when you're talking about BTC USD, you're saying Bitcoin is going to go up against the dollar.
Okay.
Yeah, but look at that. The dollar is saying no, I'm going up, Bitcoin's going down.
Yeah.
Got it? Literally. Yeah. Happy? And that's it.
Okay. Thank you.
Fine. Any other question? If I ask you to unmute, you ask a question.
Yeah. Sorry, please. Whoever.
Mm.
This nat gas, I'm actually interested in going back in, but I don't know if you could look at if you could look at the chart, please, and maybe
Okay, you're looking at,
something
yeah. I mean, I
medium
wouldn't think you want to go
term.
long or short. Just you're interested in natural gas again. So this is natural gas again. So this right
That
here.
if it gets to wherever it wants to correct to, I could long it again. So that's what I'm trying to say.
Yes. I mean, I will be looking around this zone right here. I'll be looking around this zone, and I'll be looking at what it does. You know, I was looking at something about not to trade the news, because by the time you look at the news, you're quite late. Okay, so I'll be looking around here. This is just a relief at the top. It's a relief, really, because if it's going up, don't automatically assume it's coming down. Okay, it's just a relief right here. Even though I might be tempted, to go back in around this point, but you don't want to trade what you want to see. You don't want to trade your opinion. You trade what can you see on the chart. So I would rather want to trade it around, go back on here. This right here is a price discovery, isn't it? This point's price discovery. So it hits this point, rejected it, hit this point, rejected it. So the next thing it's going to do is it's just going to keep going again eventually, but it needs to come and test this point as I'm sharing my screen, aren't I? Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. Sorry, I'm talking to myself. I thought I was. Apologize. Okay. So, so like I said, I will be looking. I said I was looking around here, and you didn't see anything.
No,
so,
I'm actually looking at the chart differently. So I was sorry.
Okay. So yeah, I'm looking at it at this point here, and if you look at it, it reversed heavily. Yeah, and what did it do? It came to the confluence zone. Okay, and then it went back. It couldn't break this high, and at the same confluence zone. So this is actually a very strong support level. And then look, what did it do when it broke this? It's such high. Okay, so next time it will test this. So if it comes back here, I'm expecting to come around here, test this level, reject it, and then rip higher. That is if nothing's been done so far. I mean, of course. But it needs to be able to break. We both aware that the top is actually. We are both aware that the top is actually just a range. So
yes,
we're looking at right here.
Okay.
I'll leave it here. So there's a liquidity grab around here, which then because it's not going to, if it keeps going up, right? Let me just tell you something. If it keeps going up, who are they buying it from? Nobody. There's no money. Okay. No, for these things to go up, somebody needs to buy, somebody needs to sell, correct? And there needs to be a volume to buy. But at this point, the market makers are not, or the institutions are not going to have their money running on nothing. Yeah. They're not going to have their money running on nothing. They need your money to take with them. So at this point, there's no money to take. It needs to come down. Do you understand? Once it's coming down, people have to short, don't they? So people are shorting and they're creating liquidity for them. Okay. And think about it. You've got $1 billion in the market. I've only got $100. Yeah. And there's 100 of us who've got, or 1 million of us with $100 shorting. Now, once you've found enough liquidity, enough money here, yeah, what do?
Yeah.
You park everything,
and then shoot back up.
So then you trap all of us.
Crypto PTSD.
There you go. You're like, I don't want to take my we paid threshold. And eventually, like, you know what? He's got to pay the threshold. Let me take the loss. So that is the liquidity. So Right now, they
Okay.
haven't taken enough liquidity, so they need more liquidity, and it's okay for you to be able to predict that liquidity. And how can you predict the liquidity? You might think, okay, this is a point of points. This is a point right here where they've been before, but there's nothing here. This is just an imbalance, so they're not going to stop right here. Okay, so you need a multiple confluence. Can you see that?
Yeah.
You see the multiple? So there's liquidity
Yes.
here, liquidity here, here. Because there's no liquidity here. This just here is, I explained imbalance before. This exposed them. They just went up all of a sudden. This point exposed them. Okay, that is just, so there's no liquidity here. It's exposed them. They try to cover it a little bit, but there's nothing. It's just an imbalance. A lot of times, they tend to stop halfway here, feel that imbalance, and then go up. But if they do stop here and go up, what will they do? They're going to grab this liquidity right here, right here, right here, right here, right here. So there's liquidity here. People are waiting here or shorting, waiting to pack, waiting to stop here. This point is the SL, not stop loss, something liquidity, stored liquidity, something like that. So there's money stored right here. They know, which is why I don't use stop loss. Even if I'm a big whale, I would, because if you use stop loss, you do see these things. You might think, oh, really? Yes, they do. So that when so they know most stop loss are here. I mean, support resistance is literally what the market's all about. They know they can see your money here. So intentionally, they might just go past it. Okay. But if you go past it a little bit, to take extra liquidity grab here, you see that here? This width. And then they're going to run it back up. And that's when you're going to start thinking, oh, I should have taken my profit. I should have taken my profit. Oh, no. It's gone to my pain threshold. Let me get out. And then you will get out. And then that's their liquidity. And then they will run it back up again. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
So that's what
Is this analysis still valid if you're looking at a higher time frame?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
it's valid on all time frames.
okay.
Valid on all time frames. So you got to watch out for liquidity grounds. Watch out for where liquidity is stored. And watch out for hard resistance or hard support. You can see here, there's a hard support around here. Absolutely. Around this zone. Because you can see
The
most
stuff is showing percentage, or I'm trying to zoom in to see what price that is, but I'm only seeing percentages at the right side.
Log. Oh yeah, sorry. Also, think about also.
Okay.
Sorry, let me just. You see now?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's what's the thing. And these guys, they will take your money up to the last second time frame. And institutions have time. They can just wait. They will wait and they will wait for you. Which is why sometimes you guys take a trade or people take a trade and they're saying it's not moving yet. It doesn't move straight away. You've got to be patient. You know, my mom would say, Olorun is the God of yesterday. The arrest in the olden day, the arrest slowly. And these guys behave like Olorun, no? Like the olden days God. You know, this God of today. Is it Olorun? I don't know how you say. I think I said it right. So you know, these guys act slowly, okay? But once you get here, look at the hard liquidity. It's stored here, even ages around here, right here, right here. They pack everything, and what do? They run it back up. You got to be patient and understand what you're doing. So you know, this thing's all about patience. If you're not patient, then you'll be in trouble. Okay, so be patient with yourself. So I don't know who I was speaking to when I was going long. And so you're going long. I said, yeah, I was going long. Because I was already up. Yes, I know. We're not trading mean reversion. Mean reversion is fine. I want to trade it from all-time high back to all-time low. I'm not doing that. Let me get rid of the dollars. I'm not doing that. I'm just literally, you know, I'm just literally scalping it, which is what I did earlier today. And that's what I did. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Do we have another question? So you got to be careful.
Gold chart, sir.
Sorry, gold. Oh yeah,
Gold.
yeah. I did say. I can't remember what price. I wanted to ask you as well which thing you were on. You know, which of the platforms. because just to be able to call it right, I know the price is
Yeah.
sensitive.
Gold is, yeah, XAUSD, gold is general, but I've been trading this for a long while. So the last time it came to these levels, I was looking to hold it till 1800. I didn't, but it's back at this level now. I
And the
picked
rate,
up some anyway at
yeah. So I think you said 1760.
60. Yeah,
60. Yeah, I was actually looking at this. For me, I was looking at this liquidity grab attempt they might try to make here. Where was it again? 60. Yeah, I said 30, didn't I? 30. I was looking at this zone for me. Right here. Where are we? Okay, so let me move it up around this point. Yeah, I'm looking at this points right here. So this is the
Yeah.
pain. So where people's pain are, as you can see.
what's the
So
price there?
it was about 30.
Okay, 30. It
Yeah.
didn't get there today, did it?
No, it didn't, but it hasn't really bounced yet. You got to be. I mean, this week's all 4 hours, and they.
Yeah,
So and the general trend is what you can see. It's up there, but it's still coming down overall. If you
when was the last time it was at 1730 from your chart there?
Oh, it beats it in July, 25th of
July.
July. It still beats it.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's a game of patience, and you can tell kind of likes this zone for it to reverse. Okay, multiple times actually. So I was just thinking about the liquidity grab around this point.
Yeah,
Well, there's just a lot of money parked right here. So it's very, very possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. At least 14 times since February. So, what's the
Yeah.
probability that it comes to come there? It's quite high. But then 30, 60 is not a lot of difference,
Yeah.
about having the margin requirements and
Well,
running it back.
I've picked some up there anyway.
Yeah, and running it back up again.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
stop loss there now, so I can sleep.
Now I actually do not mind it. I mean, look at all the money right here at the top. So there's more probability. You got to look at the upside compared to the downside. There's more probability right here.
I came down with it from 1801 to
Oh,
the.
you and Naomi are the same. No, people should not offend you. You just damage that thing. You literally just stuck with it. Me, I mean, that's the pictures I don't have. The odd reads that I'm out. Just leave me alone.
Yeah. No, but like we've had this conversation before. I have a particular account where I trade just US 30 and NAS, nothing
and
else, gold.
Yeah.
Then different pairs. I trade the major pairs: GBP, USD, Euro, dollar. So I try to structure things. So even if it goes against me, and I'm happy with the levels, I just leave it there. So
yeah, I mean that's one thing people should learn to do. You got to do it and just don't look at it at all. Just leave it there. Be patient. Be patient. Okay, Grace, give me a few minutes, please. And be patient. Be patient to hold. And that's one thing we all need to have. Okay. Some of us do not have that patience. It's something I need to learn, but it's a gradual thing for me. It's a gradual thing. But well done. I hold, and after a while, I'm like, you know what, let's get out. So, oh yeah, sorry, it will be cleared. Yes, I'll clear it.
yeah.
So that's why I try not to use what's it called, indicators. I don't know, because they lag. Even though sometimes I tend to put volume in there just so I can see the volume at the bottom, but a lot of times pure price action, support and resistance, and it will tell you literally everything you need, and you can predict. Yeah, nothing is perfect, but you can see it keeps. I mean, the world isn't coming to an end, and in the worst time the world has seen, which is for 2020. Let's look at it right here, March. This is the worst. This is when everybody thought the world was coming to an end. But guess what happened? It went on to its, session high before it started playing around this zone. And you can't go wrong with gold for now anyway. Past performance, remember, it's not an indication of the future. You know, this zone is actually a really good zone where gold has been playing at, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. Okay, we have another question. Right, Paula, you're not talking.
Yeah, I'm just taking it all in. There's just so much information that's been said. So I'm just trying to, take it all in, if that makes sense. I think once we have our one-on-one, and then take it from there, then I think I'll be able to contribute a bit more.
Cool.
Thank you, though.
Mr. Samuel, that's me.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. Samuel, yeah.
Yeah. So I think I learned a lot from what was actually spoken about the idea of the volume. And I actually heard someone originally saying something about points of volume and trying not to take trades at that point or before that point. So I think I learned a lot more during this session, and I really don't have any question at this point. But I haven't really traded as much this week.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's the mistake we tend to make is, you know, trading, over trading as well, which tends to ruin accounts. I mean, this is Upstarts. I've just added volume into this account. What you notice here depends on how you look at it, because these are all retail indicators that people tend to use. For me, I tend to, you know, volume in here. And if you look right here, this is actually one of the things I used to do. It's all gone down now, but you can see it's actually getting a little bit busy here. And I look at my volume here. Look at the volume compared to the average volumes. It's not actually busy, so I don't expect it to read right now. But once the nominal volume is bigger than the average volume, then I'm going to expect this to move on. And also, people were not interested in this company at all, because all this while the volume's actually been weak. But around this point, okay, what you can do is just throw your average volume bar, and you can see around here it got busier, and I wouldn't call it there. Around this point, it got a little bit busier as well. So, but again, there's so many things to volume that we can actually trade strictly on volume as well. Volume is actually extremely important, very, very important. But you can understand. If I show you something again, if you look at this here, look at this long bar. Look at what it generated, and this is actually a smaller bar, smaller than this, and it pushed it up higher. There's quite a few things. There's another big cell right here, which came in here. But look at this one here, you know, and it just pushed off. And even have somebody who just strictly takes imbalance alone. It's imbalance. There's just so many strategies, but all you need to do is have one strategy. Some people even introduce moving averages into their charts, but you need to have one strategy and just trade it over and over and refine it and get better. I've got multiple strategies, but I try to trade one. Just look at my eyeball test, excuse me, bigger time frame as well. Except when I'm really that desperate, I go on a lower time frame, just, you know, a second. I even go on a minute sometimes just to be able to see. But, you know, it's simple to yourself. And as you can see this again, look at this bounce on the sector right here. Bounce here. This is 1 minute, you know, you wouldn't see much. But yeah. Okay, cool. If you don't have anything else, should we just call it an evening? And yeah, guys, just learn to be patient. Things will go wrong sometimes, but if it goes wrong, if it does go wrong, check it. If the chart's been destroyed, we can look at it together. If we think it's been destroyed, then that's fine. We just let it go. But if we think there's still a play in, you know, I'm learning patience from Naomi, and honestly, Didi, I don't have your patience, and that's the only thing you need to be profitable in this market. If you do not have patience, forget anything profits. Okay, guys, I shall see you back in the group again, and catch you next week.
Thanks again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so
Thanks.
much.
Thanks,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.